Hey guys, Preacher 357 here again, and just out here behind the house and kind of warm today. So you see what I got on? Got on my Smith Wesson Governor, because it's warm enough now that I think the snakes might come out. And this is my snake gun. Remember, I told my wife I bought it to dispatch any snakes that I might come across. And you know, she's scared of snakes, and she's dead set that they're out here laying in wait for her, and that they're just plotting against her. So a day like today, you know, they could be out, because if my wife says something, I listen and I believe her. And so that means there are snakes out here that are laying in wait, obviously. And so I thought I'd better bring my Smith & Wesson Governor out here with me just in case, because it's really warm today and they might come out. They might seize the opportunity to try to get to her. And it's my job to protect her, obviously, as her husband. So that's why I've got the governor on it. Oh, my word. She's right. There they are. Oh. Wow. The Smith & Wesson Governor really does the job. It really will dispatch a snake. Man, I can't believe it. Look at this. Just took them right out. Blew one way over there. Oh, wow. She is going to be so thrilled that I protected her. She's going to be so happy that I did buy this gun now. She was not happy when I bought it, but I told her this is why, and now she's going to feel a lot better about me buying that gun, because she's going to know that it has saved her from this very real and clearly not rubber snake right here. So I'm very happy about that. It did a really good job, and I'm glad I bought it for this purpose, because it really saved us from these dangerous snakes here. You see, these snakes here, they are a very dangerous, venomous, and deadly species known as the Dollarsaurus viper. And they're one of the only ones around here that, you know, don't really move very much, and they come in different colors, even though they're all the same species, and they have different patterns. The only species of snake that looks nothing like each other. But anyway, I've dispatched them now, so I'm thinking maybe since the governor has proven itself, maybe we ought to do a video. You know, I hadn't planned on doing a video. This was all just happenstance. You know, I didn't come out here to make a video. I just was walking around out here and thought I would film here from the shooting table and have all this ammo out here, and for no reason whatsoever. I hadn't planned on doing this, but since it dispatched those snakes so well, I think we need to make a video on it. So why don't we do that now? All right, guys, Preacher 357 here. I have the Smith & Wesson Governor here on the table today, and we're going to do a little bit of shooting with it and try to decide if this thing is actually practical. Now, obviously, that whole thing at the beginning was just a joke. I'm not shooting any snakes with this thing. We won't tell my wife that. But anyway, you know, I've got a little bit of 410 here. It's hard to come by right now, so I didn't have a lot. I wanted to get some more and some different kinds so I could kind of show you some of the different loads that you could shoot through it and what they do, but unfortunately, it's just not available right now. So I do have some 45 auto here. 45 ACP, as it's often called as well. And you do have to use moon clips if you're going to use 45 ACP in this revolver. And then I also have 45 Colt, which some people call 45 long Colt. Some people get offended when you do that, but whatever you want to call it. Those are the 3 rounds that this gun does shoot. And that's where it differs from the Taurus Judge, and that the Judge will not shoot 45 ACP. And so that's a little bit of versatility that you get with the Governor you don't get with the Judge. The Governor is also lighter than the Judge. However, it is bigger than the Judge. This gun here is actually quite large. This is basically an in-frame gun with an extended cylinder, a longer cylinder. So this area here is longer than an in-frame, but it's basically an in-frame otherwise. So this is a very large gun, but it's scandium frame, so it is fairly light. but there's a lot of people who say they're inaccurate. I haven't really found that to be the case, though I'll probably miss everything I shoot at right now after saying that. But first off, what I'd like to do is shoot a few different things. I'm going to shoot some 45 ACP, which I have in some of these 2-round moon clips here, and some 45 Colt, and then a couple of, we'll shoot the PDX Defender, which is what I just shot one of just a second ago, along with just some regular 410 bird loads, I think it is, that I had, which I don't have much of that left either, and I've got a little bit of the Hornady Critical Defense 410 as well. So we'll shoot a little bit of that, and I'll pattern a little bit on this target over here just to kind of see what it does. I've got the target out at 12 yards just to give it enough distance to maybe do some patterning, and so we can see what it kind of does. But let's go ahead and do that. We'll shoot a couple of 45 ACPs, a couple of those, and then, well, I'll shoot one the PDX Defender and one of the Critical Defense as well. Sure I got that right, I do. First ones will be 45, and then 45 Colt, 245 ACP, 245 Colt, and then we'll have the, let's see which one this is, the Critical Defense, and then the last of all will be the PDX Defender. We're going to shoot it at this target here and just take a look at the height patterns, and maybe you can see the recoil as well when I shoot, so you can get a sort of an idea of how you know, each one of these recoils in your hand, what kind of wallop they pack. So here's the 45 ACP. I pulled that one, didn't I? See, the 45 Colt has a little bit more. Looks like they went a little bit higher too. Now here's the Critical Defense, and that didn't look like it was all that accurate at all. Here's the PDX Defender, and that looked like it might have been a little bit better. We'll have to kind of examine that target to really see what's going on with it. But you kind of get an idea there. None of them really hurt your hand. It's not really just pounding you. It's not a 44 Magnum. You know, these are not that hard. You know, a lot of people call these hard kicking guns or hand cannons. They are not hand cannons. These guns are not hard kicking guns. The hardest one probably was that 45 Colt, really, as far as real recoil into the hand, maybe. But just the same, you know, it's not bad. The 45 Auto especially. Of course, these are my hand loads. These are a target load. I didn't load them especially hot. And these are 230 grain hard cast. Let's shoot a little bit here. See if we can hit these targets at all. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. We'll see. I mean, this really is a snub nose revolver, right? So you wouldn't think it would be the best gun for use at 20 plus yards here, but we'll see what we do. Well, it seemed like it hit there. Well, I didn't hit that one, did I? There we go. I think I got any more, do I? Nope. That's all she wrote. That's not too bad, right? I mean, that's not just terribly inaccurate. And a lot of people say you can't hit nothing with these guns. Well, maybe they're just not used to shooting revolvers and used to shooting you know, snub nose revolvers even as well. But even for a snub nose, your sight radius is decently long on this gun. I mean, it's just got the trough in the back there. It does have a nice front bead on there, which is a tritium night sight. Let's do some double action here on the Cowboy. Go out to 35. Well, there we go. So not too bad. I mean, I'm not going to say you're going to win any competitions for accuracy. You're not going to win any bullseye competitions with this gun. But for basic coming out here and plinking and shooting, it's not all that bad. Now, how is it for, say, self-defense? Well, that's another matter altogether. That's another matter altogether. One thing I definitely notice with this gun is that when I'm shooting the 45 auto, it doesn't have near the power out of this gun as it seems to have out of 1911. And I think what it is you're losing power around the cylinder gap. You're losing power in the length of the cylinder, the jump it's having to make to the rifling. I think it's just not able to really push this round to its maximum potential like a 5-inch barrel 1911 does. And so these rounds feel very weak. Now they're still fairly accurate, but you lose a lot of power in the 45 ACP with this gun. And that's very, very noticeable. It's not nearly as big a loss with the 45 Colt. The 45 Colt still packs a little bit of a punch. Let's shoot this target again, see if I can do a little bit better. Not the best group, but once again, you know, what do you expect? It's not a target revolver. You know, it's not a 6-inch barrel with adjustable sights and designed for, you know, bullseye shooting. I guess if anything, it's really for self-defense, right? That was really what the plan for this gun was for it to be a self-defense gun. I don't think 45 ACP is the way to go, though. I don't think that makes a very good defensive round in this gun, though. I just dropped a 45 Colt on the ground, but that's all right. We'll pick it up later. I got enough here. I can load up some more. Now, obviously, 45 Colt does not require moon clips. It's a revolver cartridge, and it's really what this gun was designed to shoot. Although the 45 ACP works perfectly well as well. It's cut for that. And you'll notice this has more blast to it. This has more oomph to it. Yeah, pulled that one somewhere. Of course, these are not the super hot 45 Colts. If you're talking about these 45 plus P loads like you would get from Buffalo Bore or some of those that you really should only shoot in some of these single action Ruger revolvers, or maybe in a 454 Casull revolver, or, you know, what have you, that's not the kind of round you probably want to put down this barrel here. It's a scandium frame revolver, and I don't think it would blow it up necessarily, but I don't think it'd do it any good either. So I would definitely stay away from those really hot 45 Colts, because this revolver was not designed for that. As I said, people who want to call this a hand cannon don't know what a hand cannon is, because this is not one. But it is fun. I enjoy this gun. I enjoy shooting this gun. I enjoy it quite a bit. And, you know, I don't know why people hate it so much, though I don't think it's very practical. Holding a little low is what I was doing. I forgot when I put it on the paper that it hits a little higher. That didn't even make sense. I don't think it did. I think I've got that backwards. Anyway, I'm just going to shoot and hopefully I hit something. All right, let's try a little bit of this. We'll do 2 Hornady's. I've only got 1 PDX, I think, left. Maybe I got 2. I do. I've got another one. And then 2 of just the regular. This is, well, I take that back. This is triple-aught buck. I didn't know what I had in here. So this is some buckshot in here. Let's go shoot the cowboy with these 3 different loads. Let's see if I hit him at all. I'll go single action. Let's see if any of these will actually hit the cowboy. Yeah. Saw the wad bounce there. Yeah. PDX Defender has a little bit more oomph to it. A little bit more kick to it. Yeah, I just missed that one. That was me, though. That wasn't the ammo. I pulled the trigger too quick. And that's the triple-aught. I mean, good enough, I guess, you know. It wasn't just powerhouse rounds that just demolished the target or anything. 44 Magnum would absolutely shake the cowboy nearly off the whatever that is that's holding it up. What is that thing I've got holding up? I can't think of it. 44 Magnum would absolutely just demolish that target, though. All right, let's shoot. We'll do a little bit more of the 45 ACP, 45 Colt, and then more 45 ACP. We'll just mix it up so we don't know what's coming when. We'll see if we can tell which one's which. Let's see. What do you think? Well, let's do it. Well, it's not whatever it is. Let me rephrase that. I was not accurate with it. Saying it wasn't accurate is probably not accurate. I was not accurate with it. Let's just shoot some more 45 ACP here. Put some on this target here while we're at it. It's like it's pulling a little bit to the right, maybe. Or I'm pulling a little bit to the right. Don't want to blame it on the gun, because it's probably me. We'll shoot just a little bit more of this 45 Colt. Once I get going, it's just too much fun to stop. All right, here we go again. You think I can hit it? Maybe. Let's see. Yeah. Now you can see that has a lot more pop to it, right? There you go. Hit the cowboy there. See how much more the cowboy is dancing there than he did with the 410? That's why when a lot of people talk about using 410 for self-defense in this gun, if you got this gun, you're better off to use 45 Colt. That is my absolute expert, non-expert opinion. If that makes any sense, because I am a non-expert. But that is my opinion, because it makes no sense to use a less powerful round to me. Now, sure, the triple-aught buck has got more pellets, so you're more likely to hit, but they're all going to do less damage individually. I think you're just better off with the 45 Colt. Some people say, well, use a 410 slug. Well, the problem with the 410 slug is it's a 41 caliber bullet versus a 45 caliber bullet. Why would you use a 41 instead of a 45? But then a lot of people say, well, the 410 slug, if you look on the box, it does like 1,200 feet per second, whereas that 45 Colt's probably only going 900. But what they don't realize is that velocity written on the box is out of a 20-inch shotgun barrel. You're not getting anywhere near that out of this gun. I'd be surprised if you're getting over 750 out of a slug in this gun. Maybe 800, but you're probably not getting as much as you're getting out of that 45 Colt. And so if you were going to use this for self-defense, especially against people, I'm going to say the 45 Colt is the better cartridge to use. Though at really close ranges, I'm not going to say the 410 is not going to be effective. But then again, a pellet gun is probably effective against 99% of people. You pull anything out and start shooting people, and they're probably going to run away, right? Even if it's a pellet gun, because most people are pain aversive, meaning they run away from things that hurt, right? Pellet guns hurt. You ever been shot with one? I have. Don't feel good. So if someone's pelting you with pellets, you're probably going to run out of the house unless you're just crazy, right? Unless it's somebody who's in an altered state of mind for one reason or another, whether it's drugs or whatever, you know. And so, you know, I just don't think this would be my self-defense solution. I don't think 410 would be what I would use in this gun if I were using this gun for self-defense. I think I would use the 45 Colt myself. Let's shoot a few more of these 45 ACP, and then I'll probably just let you go, because, you know, I think we've kind of seen what this gun can do. I think we've seen here that it's not inaccurate. We've seen what it'll do to Dollarsaurus viperus, right? We've seen it'll take care of rubber snakes. And that's what matters, right? That's all that really matters. All right, let's shoot just a little bit more. I think I nicked him. Tell you what, I'm going to lob just a few over there at that 80-yard target. Just a few, just to see what happens. We'll try the 45 ACP first. I think it's too weak. I don't think it's going to really be able to get over there and do a very good job. I think I'm going to have to hold over with it. I don't think it's got enough velocity. I didn't even see that one. Yeah, that came up a little bit. Well, I just hit it, didn't I? But I was holding over quite a bit. And I just hit it again. All right. And I just hit him again. I should have been using this gun with 45 ACP the whole time, right? Well, I missed that one. Let's try with the 45 Colt as well. And then we'll just let you go. I'm gonna pick this one up off the ground and use it. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can hit this one. I think I'll have to hold up as much. Solid. Yeah. Didn't even see that one. Well, surprisingly enough, the 45 ACP is what I could get to range with, but that's it. You notice how hard it is to eject this. That is the thing with this gun. People always talk about the 38 specials in the 357s and how it'll cause that carbon ring and you'll have trouble ejecting cases and what have you. It's rarely ever been any kind of a problem with a 357 Magnum revolver. If you clean your gun regularly, then you're not likely to build up enough to make a difference in one range session. I mean, it's just not going to be that big of a deal. This one's another thing altogether. I think it has something to do with the 410 possibly. But you do run into that issue when you're shooting all these different types of ammo in this one. It gets where it's hard to eject the rounds, but it's a range toy for me, right? If out here on the range, if they don't eject, it's not like it's life and death. So not a big deal to me, but for what it's worth, that's what happened. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you coming out. God bless you. Y'all take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time.